It's the 9th of July 2010 and Minecraft's Secret Friday Update 4 has just been released to Java Edition with a feature that would forever change the future of Minecraft and world generation and set the road for Minecraft's rich future of biomes. Winter Mode, a randomly occurring world type in Alpha in which the world would be completely covered in snow with constant snowflakes falling from the sky and frozen bodies of water. This world type would occur 25% of the time and is considered the first official biome in Minecraft. Prior to this update, the only way to change the way your world generated was in in-dev map settings, 4 maps to choose from, 3 different world sizes and 4 different world themes. The 4 world types were Island, the default map, with small hills and water found at the borders, Floating, with several floating islands, Flat, similar to modern day Super Flat with flowers, trees and a starting house, and Inland, featuring a hilly landscape with infinite flat land at the borders instead of water like the island map. Worlds could be in 3 different sizes, whilst the 4 world types allowed for just a bit more of a unique way of playing. There was Normal, just being the basic experience, Hell, which featured less daylight, frequent mob spawns, slower crop growth and all water replaced with lava, Paradise with large beaches, plentiful flora, with faster crop growth, mobs only spawning underground and a forever noontime, and finally Woods, with a slight reduction of light, overcast weather and more trees. Skipping ahead to Java Edition Alpha 1.2 on October the 30th 2010 and Winter Mode released a few months prior is completely removed. Not to worry though, because this update is huge for Minecraft, releasing the Nether and True biomes in the overworld, with forests, desert, taiga, savanna, tundra, plains and swampland just to name a few. It's now 2011, a huge year for Minecraft, biomes being one of the areas of the game impacted by all the updates. August 18th, Notch tweets a screenshot of a revamped river. September 2nd, he teased a desert biome, and one day tweets regarding a swamp biome. The next update will be huge. Beta 1.8 pre-release are set up for Beta's 1.8's full release, an update that will completely change the biome generation forever. You see, prior to Beta 1.8, the adventure update, biomes were much smaller, sometimes smaller than a chunk, and much less distinct. In these versions of the game, biome generation was controlled by temperature and rainfall values, meaning cold and warm biomes couldn't just spawn next to one another. This is Notch's original drawing of the pre-Beta 1.8 biome graph. In Beta 1.8, biomes were made to be significantly flatter, as before this the high variation in the biomes were independent to others, as cliffs and mountains could generate up to 128 on the y-axis in any biome. This unique generation would become a staple of Beta 1.7.3, which is still popular in various areas of the Minecraft community. In a previous video of mine, I covered why Beta 1.7.3 is still so loved, and world generation was one of those reasons. In Beta 1.8, biomes became more distinct with their terrain, with many biomes receiving an overhaul. Oceans were made deeper and vaster than before, with dirt, sand and clay making up the sea floor. Plains and deserts were larger than before, taigas no longer generated snow, and swamps were given distinct oak trees with vines. These changes to biomes and generation would be disliked by many in the community, evident with this thread in the forums back in 2011. Did the terrain become boring? As you can see, a significant amount of people agreed.
Many of the features included in the 1.7.3 generator that brought the game to life were unexpectedly removed when 1.8 hit our clients. Due to this, monstrous amounts of variety are now non-existent in Minecraft. Every seed is now identical, meaning there is way too much predictableness in the terrain.
These opinions are still prevalent in some parts of the Minecraft community, for example in this Reddit thread.
What do you mean 1.8 world gen isn't any good? Because mountains are limited to this one but ugly biome with no trees or other vegetation.
On September 14th of the same year, around 2 months before Minecraft's 1.0 release, Notch would tease screenshots of a new snow biome, and this image would appear in the forums on September the 16th with this title: "Looks like swampy ground, mushroom infested cow and naturally growing huge mushroom." This would be confirmed only 6 days later, with Beta 1.9's pre-release adding mushroom islands, ice plains and frozen oceans. With Minecraft's full release in November, a few more biomes were added, being ice mountains, frozen rivers and mushroom island shores. A few changes are made to existing swamps, with lily pads being added and darker, swampier colours being used for the water and grass. We're now in 2012, another pivotal year for Minecraft's biome evolution. On January the 12th, Java Edition 1.1 is released. Beaches are re-added after being removed in Beta 1.8, and hill variants of biomes are added, with desert hills, forest hills, taiga hills and extreme hills being added. On January the 18th and 19th, Jeb tweeted 2 screenshots of the upcoming jungle biome featuring its dense and bright foliage. That same day, the first snapshot for version 1.2.1, Java Edition 12W03A was released, adding jungles, an uncommon biome with trees reaching up to 32 blocks high, 2x2 trunks and much of the forest floor covered in foliage. In Java Edition 1.3.1, released on August 1st, 2012, various structures were added to specific biomes, with desert villages, desert pyramids, and jungle temples some of the most recognizable structures in Minecraft to this day. Following Java 1.3.1, biome updates wouldn't come for some time, with 1.4, 1.5, and 1.6 receiving little to no biome changes, with most updates being small and regarding structure generation. However, that would soon change, and on August 2nd, 2013, Jeb would tweet this image with the title, "Minecraft will soon have disco biome." This is, of course, a Badlands biome. More biome work in progresses would come in the following days, with a screenshot for the Mega Taiga and a stone beach, then referred to as a cliff biome. On October 25th, Java Edition 1.7.2 was released under the title "The Update That Changed the World," and rightfully so, because it massively changed biomes and world generation. 11 new biomes were added, with 20 new technical biomes. The list goes on a bit, so bear with me. The 11 biomes were Mesa, Savanna, Sunflower Plains, Root Forest, Birch Forest, Flower Forest, Taiga, Mega Taiga, Extreme Hills Plus, and Deep Oceans. The 20 technical biomes that were added are essentially variants of existing biomes, with some added in 1.7.2. Big changes were also made to existing biomes. Oceans were made to be much smaller, taking up significantly less of the world. Here's a side-by-side image of world biomes in Java 1.6 compared to 1.7, and yeah, huge difference. Other biomes also received updates, with melons spawning in jungles, flowers in plains, and more variation in extreme hills generation. Following this, updates 1.8, 1.9, 1.10, 1.11 and 1.12 all had little to no content surrounding biomes, as they were more focused on adding new structures, blocks, items and mobs to immerse players, such as the 1.9 combat update and the World of Color update, bringing, well, colour. But that was all about to change with 2018's Aquatic update. Oceans had long been a pretty boring place across Minecraft's now 9-year history, but not anymore. Warm oceans were added, featuring coral reefs, shipwrecks, and ocean ruins, typically in shallow waters close to deserts and badlands. Lukewarm oceans would generate close to slightly warm bodies, such as jungles and savannas. They are generally deeper than warm oceans and have kelp. Cold oceans were made to generate close to taigas and old growth taigas, with primarily gravel seafloors, shipwrecks, and ocean ruins. Deep variants were also added for some of the new ocean biomes, allowing ocean monuments to spawn. Each ocean biome now had a visibly unique colour, seen here in this image. Fast forward to 2019 and 1.14 is released. Although a huge update for villages, this would again be a minor update for biomes, only adding the bamboo jungle, which would spawn pandas. 1.15 would be, so far, the update that has added or changed the least about biomes in their generation, but at least we got bees, right? However, Minecraft's next update would be a complete shift, bringing us one of the greatest and most transformative updates in the game's history, the Nether update. Screw the overworld, because the Nether's finally getting some attention. Several biomes were added, all completely unique. Basalt deltas are volcanic-like biomes, with pillars of basalt and blackstone. Crimson forests, arguably the best biome in the Nether, added crimson fungi, weeping vines, and crimson wood, with a bunch of pigs on steroids running around fighting piglins. Soul Sand Valleys, God forbid you don't have soul speed boots, are a nightmare to cross, especially with the skeletons, but have really cool fossils and added soul soil. Finally, warped forests were added. A blue variation of the crimson forests, and beside piglin trading, quickly became my one-stop shop for ender pearls. The old nether biome was changed to nether wastes, and are simply those open caverns of netherrack abundant in the nether. 1.16 certainly didn't disappoint in terms of biome expansion, and 1.17 was shaping up to be the same. For the longest time, a cave update was one of the most requested updates for Minecraft. 1.17 brought several new biomes, the lush caves, adding new blocks and items, and dripstone caves, stalactites and stalagmites from dripstone. However, the addition of these biomes weren't fully implemented until 1.18, with the full release of Caves and Cliffs in November 2021. Despite this, 1.17 added many key features of the overall update, such as raw ores, more stone blocks, amethyst, copper, candles, glow squids, axolotls, and much more. When 1.18 came around, it was one of the biggest biome updates in the game, with a complete generation overhaul. Caves received their changes, stretching down to Y-64, with two different layers of stone, being stone and deep slate. The layer above Y8 is stone, with Y8 to Y0 being a mix of stone and deep slate, with Y0 to Y-64 being deep slate, with dirt, diorite, granite and andesite not generating below Y0. The lush caves and dripstone caves were now fully implemented, with aquifers and underwater caves. 1.18 also added 3 new noise caves, cheese caves, spaghetti caves and noodle caves. Noise caves are caves generated by using noise. This diagram explains it well. Think of noise, such as static on a TV, and then smudge the noise using a gradient noise called Perlin's noise, which then generates a 3D image giving the caves varying thickness and hollowness. This system also dictates pillars in a cave. The cheese cave is the biggest, with large and open spaces, exposed ores, and generally a number of noise pillars. Cheese caves get their name from the splotches of white and black, with white representing air and black being stone, giving the impression of holes in cheese. Spaghetti caves are much smaller, narrower caves. Here's an example of a spaghetti cave in a noise diagram, with white being air and black being stone. The final of the 3 new noise caves added in 1.18 was the Noodle Cave, a smaller and more abstract version of Spaghetti Cave. These caves are only 1.5 blocks in width, feeling significantly more claustrophobic. Let's move out of the caves and up to the surface, and let's keep going up because 1.18 brought a huge overhaul to mountains. The max height is now 320 blocks for the overworld, and mountain generation is a lot more extreme. Mountains now come in 6 sub-biomes. Meadows are mountainous counterparts to plains, with plenty of flowers and the occasional tree. Meadows generally generate close to plains, separated from cherry groves, forests, or taiga by rivers. Groves are forests of spruce trees on the side of mountains, similar to snowy taigas but with snow blocks instead of grass blocks covering the ground. Snowy slopes are almost the same as groves but without trees, and are barren landscapes covered in layers of snow, typically generating close to snowy tundras and mountains. Jagged peaks were added as one of the new 3 biomes to generate in the mountain peaks, and are covered in stone and snow, generating in sharp jagged areas with snowy, cold and temperate biomes with only goats spawning there. Frozen peaks are similar to jagged peaks but are completely covered in snow, ice and packed ice, and still only generate in cold and temperate biomes with the only life being goats. Stony Peaks was the final of the 3 mountain biomes and is covered in snow, gravel and calcite, and generates in peaks surrounded by warmer biomes such as jungles and savannas in order to avoid temperature clashes. No animals spawn here. Various changes were made to existing biomes and their generation, with Badlands now generating in mountain peaks, leading to higher generation. These biomes were renamed, whilst others were removed. Biomes that were removed were height variant sub-biomes, as the terrain height was no longer controlled completely by biomes. Other removed biomes were previously unused variants and had their code merged into the new biome. Ocean biome temperatures were changed to match land biome temperatures. For example, cold oceans could now only generate within taigas, old growth taigas and some plains and forests, whilst warm oceans would now only generate within deserts or badlands. Ore distribution was completely changed for the new cave overhaul and biomes, with this diagram having 1.18 ore distribution compared to 1.17 and earlier. Another huge change in 1.18's biome overhaul was the way in which terrain generates. Terrain generation was made to be completely independent of biomes, with biomes adapting to whatever terrain, such as hills, mountains or cliffs, that they generated. This allowed for a more natural variation in the terrain of an individual biome, in terms of shape and elevation. For example, forests and deserts could form on a hill without requiring a specific biome to generate there. Moving into 2022, on June the 7th to be exact, 1.19 the Wild Update is released following its announcement at Minecraft Live 2021, and added so much more to the game, but I'll be focusing on the Deep Dark and Mangrove Swamps. As its name suggests, the Deep Dark generates at the deepest depths of the world, primarily under mountainous areas, exclusive within the deep slate layer of Y-1 to Y-64. The Deep Dark would spawn all of the sculk blocks as well as the ancient city, and made way for a plethora of videos surrounding the new warden, as players quickly found out just how powerful it was.
Wait, just wait.
That nigga slow as fuck.
Go up to him.
I got you. I got you.
Go up to him, Harry. Go up to him, Harry. Go up to him,
Get him.
Oh, he's gonna touch me! He's gonna touch me! Oh no! Guys!
Hey, you're on the opposite side from us. How the fuck is
No shit! That nigga charged at me, bro! That nigga just charged at me, bro! I'm scared! He's right next to me! No! Shit! No! I'm sorry! Oh, fuck! No! What I'm doing? Okay.
Moving back up to the surface, 1.19 also added the Mangrove Swamp, bringing new blocks, items and mobs, usually generating in warmer climates close to jungles and deserts. Moving forward to mid-2023 and 1.20 Trails and Tales is released. Although a small update on the biome side of things, it added a bunch of new features to the game such as armor trims, which are pretty cool, and the trail ruins and pottery, which I still don't quite understand. Cherry groves were added, including cherry trees, cherry leaves and petals, with groves spawning at higher altitudes with similar generation properties to the meadows I discussed earlier close to plains and sunflower plains. And here we are today, at the end of 2023, with 1.21 promised for the future. While some features have been confirmed, such as trail ruins, automatic crafting and armadillos, many are still unannounced. Biomes are one of the core and most recognisable factors of Minecraft and have evolved hugely over almost 15 years now, going from a flat flood of grass to jagged hills, sprawling plains of colour, thick jungles, murky swamps, dark forests, great open oceans full of life, mushroom islands, barren deserts, deep underground caves and so much more. Let's hope the future is just as good.